Hello and welcome to ICTN's Open Line Election Special. I'm Thomas Gandy. Election Day is November 3rd and we want you to be informed. The office of mayor and 2 city council races are on the ballot. We invited all of the candidates to come to our studio. Each had approximately 5 minutes to talk about the issues he or she feels are important. Keep in mind the candidates' opinions are their own and not necessarily those of ICTN or the City of Irving. Early voting is October 13th through October 30th. Then Election Day, as I mentioned, is November 3rd. Now the messages from the candidates. First up, the candidates for mayor. You will hear from them in the order in which they will appear on the ballot. A drawing determines that order. Here they are.
Greetings, Irving Mayor Rick Stouffer. It's been an interesting 3 years and I appreciate all the time that I've been able to spend with the businesses and the residents in Irving. But it's election time and I want to be re-elected. I want to continue to work with our residents. I want to continue to work with our businesses. I want to continue to see the city of Irving grow. As I started out my term, I wanted to make sure that we've dealt with the infrastructure needs of our city. You know, we're an older city and we need things replaced. Streets, water pipes, sewer pipes, things of that nature. And we've been fortunate to have those things happen. And they've made a completely different change in a lot of our neighborhoods. It's so exciting for me to have a neighbor call or a resident call and say, you know, we really appreciate what you have done for our city and we're excited about it. We've had a lot of challenges and we've had a lot of successes. We've been fortunate in our business community to see our companies grow. We've been fortunate to see other companies come and want to be part of our community. We have a great relationship with our chambers and with our economic development team at the city, and together we've made a lot of great things happen and job opportunities for many, many people. One of our biggest challenges this year started in March with COVID-19. We approached it like we do everything in this city. We approached it with success. We approached it with humility. We approached it with the idea that we're going to get through this and we're going to work together. I couldn't be more proud of how our nonprofits, our houses of faith, and our residents have come together to make sure that the residents and the businesses of Irving were taken care of. When it was time for food needs, the businesses came together, they collected foods, the nonprofits worked with us. The residents came together to make sure that people had those needs. We've had challenges with our businesses and with our residents making their payments. So we've worked diligently at the federal level, the state level, and the county level to make sure that any of those dollars that are available, we make available for our residents, for rent assistance and mortgage assistance, and our businesses to make sure that they can continue. We also want to work to make sure that our kids have daycare. We need to make sure that there's daycare available so that the parents can get back to work. We're going through a whole change. We're working from our homes. We're learning from our homes. Our kids are in school. They finished the year working from home and they started the year working from home. But together we are creating a successful community. And I'm so proud to be part of it. Again, my name is Rick Stouffer. I'm running for mayor. I'd appreciate your vote. Thank you very much for everything that you have allowed me to accomplish and everything that we have accomplished as a city. Early voting starts on October 13th and Election Day is November 3rd. Thank you and please stay safe.
My name is Dr. Olivia Novello Abreu and I'm running for mayor of Irving. Olivia, organized, Latina, interesting, vivacious, involved, and authentic. I was born and raised in Mexico, where I earned my bachelor's degree in accounting from the Autonomous University of Guadalajara. In the U.S., I was awarded a Master of Arts from Columbia University in New York City and a doctorate in higher education from Texas A&M Commerce. In Mexico, I worked for both sectors, the private and the public, having served as a full-time professor at the National Autonomous University of Mexico and the director for the training program at the Mexican Internal Revenue Service. I moved to Irving over 35 years ago, and I raised my 2 daughters here with the help of the Irving Independent School District. My daughters moved to the ranks from Barton to Crockett Junior High and Irving High School. I'm now a proud mother of 2 engineers and a happy grandmother to 3 grandkids, Antonio, Erika, and Alexander. In Irving, I worked full-time as a professor at Northlake College, lectured at the University of Dallas, and upon retirement, I found another teaching home at Cistercian Preparatory School for Boys in Irving. I have given thousands of volunteer hours to schools, organizations, and orchestras in Irving. I have given love and I have received a lot of affection. The dance team at the Toy Tigers at Irving High named me years ago Mom of the Year. Northlake College selected me as the President's Scholar, and also 10 years ago I participated in the Miss Mature Irving and I was awarded the second place. I was the runner-up, and only in 2019 I was given by Keep Irving Beautiful the Hometown Award for all the years of service that I have given to this wonderful city. And in times of pandemic, please remember to stay safe and to stay healthy, and vote Olivia. Mi nombre es Olivia Novello Abreu, la doctora Olivia Novello, y soy candidata para la presidencia municipal de Irving, organizada, latina, interesante, vivaz, involucrada y auténtica. Nací y crecí en México, donde obtuve mi carrera de contador público en la Autónoma de Guadalajara. Mi maestría en lingüística es de Columbia University en la ciudad de Nueva York y mi doctorado en educación superior de Texas A&M Commerce. En México trabajé en los dos sectores, tanto el sector privado como el sector público, siendo profesora a tiempo completo de la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México y también directora de Auditoría Fiscal Federal en la Secretaría de Hacienda y Crédito Público. Me vine a vivir a Irving hace más de 35 años y con la ayuda del Distrito Independiente de la ciudad de Irving pude crecer a mis hijas, quienes fueron a Barton, luego a Crockett y luego a Irving High School. Ahora son ingenieras y yo soy muy orgullosa y también muy feliz de ser abuela de 3 encantadores nietos, Antonio, Erika y Alexander. En Irving trabajé como profesora a tiempo completo de Northlake College. También di clases en la Universidad de Dallas y cuando me jubilé, trabajé por una temporada en un lugar precioso que se llama Cistercian Preparatory School. He dado miles de horas como voluntaria a escuelas, orquestas, instituciones en Irving. El equipo de baile de Irving me dio el premio de Mamá del Año. En Northlake College fui seleccionada como la maestra del año en alguna ocasión y también participé en lo que se llama el Miss Mature Irving hace 10 años y logré el segundo lugar. Y todavía en el 2019, Keep Irving Beautiful, que es una organización para mantener a Irving bello, me dio el premio más preciado que se llama el Hometown Award. Muchas gracias. Por favor, manténganse sanos y manténganse seguros en esta época de pandemia y voten Olivia. Gracias.
Now to the City Council races. First up, Single Member District Place 3. As I mentioned earlier, we invited all of the candidates. You will hear from those who chose to participate in this program.
Hello, my name is Mark Zeski. I'm running for Irving City Council, District 3. I've lived in Irving for a long time. I lived in Irving back in the 60s when I was a little kid, and I can remember fondly winning a watermelon eating contest at the Chateau, going to the drive-in. I remember competing in the punt, pass, and kick down at the river bottoms. And so I had a normal childhood, but my love affair with the city first probably started at the library. It's where the teen center is now, at across from Irving High there. But that used to be the main library, and I used to go there all the time, and books just took me to a different world. I just loved the books there. But I had to make a deal with my parents, and that would be that I could only check out as the number of books that would fit in a Xerox copy box. So they kind of limited me to the number of books I could take. But I lived across the street from the drive-in theater, the plaza, and used to try to sneak over there. But where the Best Buy was, I used to go crawdad fishing. There used to be a creek there before the mall was built. So I've been in Irving a long time. I moved to Dallas and went to high school in Dallas. And when I was in high school in Dallas, I actually started my first, it was the first time I was a servant leader here in Irving. and that was I did community service at the old Notre Dame Special School that's now where the Highlands is. So I've been doing stuff for a long time. I came back to Irving just a few years later when I went to the University of Dallas. I love Irving, and that's why I'm running for this office. I love the University of Dallas. It's a very special place and a great resource for this community. But I moved back to go to college, and I graduated from college, and I've lived in Irving ever since then, and I've lived in my house, pretty much over 30 years. A lot of things have changed, but I've been the same, and I'm still trying to help, and I'm still loving the different parts of Irving. I would like to tell you a little bit about my involvement with the city and city boards. I've done all sorts of things I do the Friends of the Irving Museum website now with my son Luke. I'm on the Irving Arts Grant Panel. We determine who gets money each year. But my three main roles that I really like talking about them because to me they're the three different roles that the government can have. One is where you're out of people's way a lot and you let the big business and you let the people kind of do what they want, and that's the planning and zoning. I've been on the planning and zoning for 5 years, and the first 3 years we set records with over $1 billion of new construction permits. The second one was I spent 6 years on the library board, including being the president, and I really loved what we did there. We opened up the West Branch of the library. We opened up the new South Central, whatever you want to call it, branch of the library, and it was fantastic. And we also started the North Texas Teen Book Festival, which is the biggest event of its kind in the world and has as many as close to 200 YA authors, and it's just a fantastic event, and it's a great thing for kids. And finally, I was on the cable board for a long time, maxed out how many years I could do that, and we literally put ourselves out of business, so we stayed out of your way. We got government out of your way there because it was no longer a monopoly, so we didn't really need the board. So I would just like to say that I've had a lot of experience and that I just love this city and I want to help it to be great. I think of us as a 21st century international port city. We're really a mosaic. We're just a wonderful place, and I would love to represent you and help this city. Thank you.
In single-member District Place 5, J. Oscar Ward is running unopposed. Here he is.
Hello, my name is Oscar Ward. I'm running for re-election in Place 5. This will be my third term. In the city of Irving, councilmen have term limits. They each have 3 terms, 3 years each, so I've been 6 years and 5 months in District 5. As you know, we normally have our elections in May. Because of COVID, we've moved it now to November the 3rd, and with early voting starting October the 13th. So first I want to thank the citizens and voters in District 5. It's been my honor and pleasure to serve you for these 6 years and 5 months. Just a quick review. Since May of 2014, when I was first elected, what has taken place from an economic development point of view in District 5. There was a groundbreaking and opening of the Toyota Music Factory, groundbreaking and opening of Water Street development, groundbreaking and opening of the Convention Center Hotel, the Westin. We had the groundbreaking, but still under development, is what I've referred to as the Verizon Hidden Ridge project. Pioneer Resources have already built their huge multi-story building and occupied. And we'll go over to infrastructure. So about 4 years ago, we heard the citizens call out for needs of repairing our streets. So we started a program we called the Road to the Future. We spend up to $20 million a year on our roads. It was a 5-year project, $100 million, a little bit plus, because we included the Water Street, our water updates, piping updates. So that program is going along very well. While we're still on infrastructure, during the 6.5 years I've been in office, we started the upgrade of Highway 183, which included managed lanes. So that's been completed, but what's next? You probably have heard some discussion about it, is the new High 5, We call it the Irving Interchange. Some people refer to it as the Diamond Interchange. That's where 183, Loop 12, and Highway 114 all come together. It's kind of around the old Texas Stadium site. That's going to be about a 4 or 5 year project. As far as the Texas Stadium site to be developed, to make it more attractive to developers, we'll be completing the Signature Bridge. That'll be completed at the end of this year, and also there will be a DART station associated with that. Switching over now to the financial conditions of the city, we just completed our tax rate discussion and budget discussion. We kept our tax rate the same, but the outlook is going to be really challenging for the whole city council and the citizens of Irving, not only because of COVID, it's because of the Texas legislature. They've put a cap on the amount you can increase in your property tax values of 3.5. For this year, the governor, because of COVID, kind of delayed that, but it's coming up next year. It'll be challenging on the budget. The good news, part of the story of Irving, been going on for probably 10 plus years. We're one of a few cities in the state that have AAA bond ratings, both for Moody's and S&P. This year, there's a little catch to the S&P AAA bond rating not only because of COVID, because of one of our pension plans. It happens to be the fireman's pension plan. We got the AAA, but it has a negative outlook, so we have to address it. For this next year's budget, we have put in, we're going to help them get over their shortage is about $3.5 million. They're going to put in about $3 million, and there's still a little gap to make up, so that's to be worked out. But the future of Irving is great. We got I think two of the finest police chiefs. They've gotten a national recognition in each of their own field. Our police chief, Jeff Spivey. Our fireman chief is Victor Conley. They've done an outstanding job. So proud of them, what they've done for this city. So I would like to leave you now, but again, I want to thank you and District 5. I just appreciate your support over these 2+ terms and look forward to your vote in November. And with that, I'd like to say thank you. But before I leave, I want to give you my telephone numbers. I take pride in receiving the phone calls from the citizens, what concerns them, how I can help them. First number is 469-704-8479. The other number is 214-537-4944. And I thank you and be safe.
Those are the messages from the candidates. If you missed any part or want to watch again, check out the show online at youtube.com/thecityofirving or go to ictn.tv, then click on shows. To recap, early voting is October 13th through October 30th, then Election Day is November 3rd. For a list of polling locations, visit dallascountyvotes.org. The city secretary's office can answer election questions. That number is 972-721-2493. Thanks for watching this special edition of Open Line. We'll see you next time.